can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my player started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was gonna talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything to say about it, unfortunately. So that's a low blow.
A view of I-40 and as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the... He is doing a great job. Thank you, D.A. And checking out Utah's opening lineup. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Dort in at the 3. And tonight's game may be won or lost on that front line, Smitty. What makes for an effective front court tandem, do you think?
I think, first of all, if that tandem can switch on pick and rolls, that tandem can shoot the basketball and also make plays somewhat like a guard. But the biggest thing is if they can rebound and able to guard smaller guys, this will make them great.
Interesting. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That 3 off the mark. And it's Mitchell with the ball for Utah. Their last meeting was in Oklahoma City, where they were unable to fight off the Thunder. Here's Gallinari. Ingles with the rebound. Now, here is O'Neal. Not a lot of room. And Gobert kicks to Conley. Mitchell outside. Pulls up. High post. Good.
Terrific job in the screen and roll. Mitchell creates, whether it be for others or for himself.
Adams dishes to Gallinari. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Dort passes to Adams. Trying to find Gallinari and gets it to him. And, Smitty, one thing I like about Gallinari, he's doing more things on the court as he ages.
I totally agree. He used to be out there only to shoot, but that hasn't been the case for a while now. Still scores, but his rebounding has improved, and he's done a good job of driving and drawing fouls. They may not get the spotlight, but the Utah Jazz are one of the best run teams in the NBA. They're run as a legacy trust. That means every dime of profit goes back into the team.
Here's Mitchell. Gobert trying to get open. And slam dunk by Gobert.
For Gobert, when it comes to rebounding, it's not just the height and length. It's also the instincts.
And he gets the bucket. Steve, you were talking about the reinvestment for the Jazz. An upgraded arena. New practice facility.
Necessary moves, you know this, to stay competitive. The Jazz fans love their team, and they're showing that commitment in return. It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
Conley with it. He's picked up by Paul. Gobert double-teamed. Mitchell kicks to O'Neal. The Jazz working the ball around now. Ring shot on the way. Jump shot is good. Mitchell's got his second basket of the night.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Good on the bucket.
Even though Gallinari is not a high flyer, his height helps from mid-range.
The Jazz have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Mitchell looking it over. It's stolen by Adams. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Ball left side. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. It's Gobert with the ball for the Utah Jazz. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder. Conley finds Gobert. Back to Conley. At the elbow, it's Gobert. Clock at 6. Here's Mitchell. Offensive rebound. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got 6.
A much more physical player now than when he first entered the league. Gobert powering it home.
It's stolen by Ingles. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Here's the three. That one, no good. And it's Oklahoma City the other way.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Noel's checked in, and Utah with a change here too. Clarkson's checked in. Now here's Paul. He's coming off a 28-point game against Utah. And now here comes Conley leading the break. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
The track star DNA for Conley on full display in the open court.
Adams, the pass to Noel. Up again, and it's Adams on the follow.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Here's Gobert, and again it's Utah.
In case anyone was wondering, this is what it looks like when you're in the zone. He hasn't missed one all quarter.
The basket counts, and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. For the Thunder, Mike Muscala is checked in for Steven Adams. Diallo comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. Then for the Jazz, Davis is checked in for Joe Ingles. George Niang comes in for Mitchell. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. Here's Niang. Shoots. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Staying with it, and Gobert with the high-flying tip dunk.
Muscala, pass to Gallinari. Kicks to Noel. Oh, that was something else.
He is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Rudy Gobert, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Utah. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's really key to have a coach like that.
Coach Snyder doing a terrific job with his team.
Just a great tactician, and he's clearly got his guys buying in to his message.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
And you know this, most of the time, offensive rebounds generate high percentage looks.
And so in the game for the Jazz, Rudy Gobert is out there with Davis. Then there's Emmanuel Mudiay. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And it's Niang in at the three. Jazz leading by 3. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
And Noel kicks to Diallo. Pass to Muscala. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And they repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Mudiay dishes to Davis. Back to Mudiay. Shoots over Schroeder. Davis on the follow. Davis has got the lead up to 5 now for the Jazz.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Schroeder finds Noel. To the middle. Here's Muscala. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Muscala's got 4 this quarter.
Not just swinging the ball around the perimeter, aggressive move inside.
Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Diallo. A switcher also for Utah. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Gobert. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. The pass to Noel. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. To the left wing. Stolen by O'Neal. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Clarkson's running. And Mudiay throws it down.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Noel against Davis. 9 feet out. Muscala tips it back in. Muscala's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
Schroeder against Moutier. And good that time. Moutier's got 6 points. And Steve, some classic shoe brands making a return to the NBA with updated versions. Smitty, what was your sneaker of choice back in the day?
Kevin, that's funny. I started off with the pumps, the double pumps, and then I ended up with a shell toe low top. And then now you see all the youngsters now wearing low tops. They used to tell me back in the day, low tops were not good for your ankles. But I didn't really jump that high, so I was okay.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, "I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul. They were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it." Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz, DA. Thank you. Muscala gets the bucket.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah.
And when you look at Utah, this team, year after year, seems to be more than a sum of its parts.
I like that they always look for guys with big-time character, unselfish, low-drama players, and there's a confidence with this group.
And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Alinari comes in for Mike Muscala. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander checked in for Terrence Ferguson. And it's Paul in for Dennis Schroeder. Utah also making some changes. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for O'Neal. Mitchell comes in for Jordan Clarkson. And Mike Conley subbed in for Moutier. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Conley picks him up. Paul for three. And Davis pulls it down. Jazz leading by 7. Here's Mitchell. And the layup's good off the glass. Mitchell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
And the call will be against George Niang. That's his first foul. Alinari finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Adams right side. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
Davis down low. Adams on him. Back to Ingles. Pass to Mitchell. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Thunder trailing by 9. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Passes it to Adams. Alinari right side. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
So much of his offense is perimeter oriented. Good to see Gallinari attack inside.
Here's Mitchell. A putback. Stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. And so it's Utah heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. A terrific tempo and a...
Kevin, thanks.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson. The first quarter was all about Rudy Gobert. He had 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. Thanks for joining.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Rudy Gobert has been sensational.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody saw this offense coming from him, but it's been key for his team.
This is why you prepare. Get ready for the opportunity if it comes your way, because you may be asked to deliver.
Alinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. On the wing, Mitchell. Utah gets it back.
starting the half with 3 straight misses. Now how they envision this one.
Stolen by Mitchell. Gobert the pass to O'Neal. Nice ball movement by Utah. Mitchell outside. The Jazz again can't hit it.
That's a big donut, folks, here. Start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Really a sponge. Donovan Mitchell watches a ton of film, accepts coaching, and applies it. A big part of his rise to stardom. He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Moves back up. Here's Adams. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And the early success of Mitchell speaks to his ability to absorb and take coaching.
Yes, credit that coaching staff, putting him in position to succeed, helping him also to develop. His decision-making is growing game by game.
Diallo, he's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
You have to give credit to the defenses, protecting the rim, closing out hard. This one's been a grind.
Gobert, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And the 7-foot Frenchman, Rudy Gobert, former Defensive Player of the Year.
They call him the Stifle Tower. He's the anchor, the foundation of this team. He changes the complexion of the game when he occupies the paint.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Noel's checked in for Steven Adams. Mike Muscala comes in for Gallinari. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for the Jazz. Emmanuel Mudiay comes in for Michael Conley. Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder. Diallo the pass to Noel. Back to Diallo. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
And a moment here to look at the numbers for Mudiay. He's averaging about 7 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Backup point guard, always an important position, and he fills that role beautifully.
Without a good floor conductor coming off the bench, your offense can quickly grow stagnant. He solves that problem well.
Pass to Ferguson. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Now, here is Muscala. Ingles covering. Here's Noel. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Mudiay with the basket.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. George Niang, he's checked in for the Jazz. Schroeder kicks to Muscala. He feeds it to Noel. Over Gobert. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Clarkson on the wing. He's guarded by Diallo. Mudiay against Schroeder. And the rejection by Noel. Out to the wing. Now here's Diallo. D right on him. Schroeder dishes to Muscala. No good on that one. And Utah the other way now. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
Here's Noel. Buries it down low. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Mudiay looking around. From deep. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Ferguson, the pass to Schroeder. To the paint. Gobert with the block.
With plays like that, Gobert can start to get in your head. He covers so much ground.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Robertson, he's checked in. Davis is checked in for Utah. Now the pass to Robertson. 58 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. The Thunder with another miss.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Alinari comes in for Mike Muscala. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. And Chris Paul's subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Utah also making some changes. Mitchell, he's checked in for George Niang. And it's Mike Conley in for Moutier. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Gallinari. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
Kicks it out to Mitchell. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Nails it from the high post. Mitchell's got 4 points in the quarter.
Donovan Mitchell, he covers every base, even showing the touch from mid-range.
To the right side. Paul dishes to Adams. Pass to Robertson. Over in the corner, Paul. That will count. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Big time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
He had to rush that one a little, but terrific stroke from range.
Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. And it's Clarkson in at the three spot. You know, Smitty, NBA referees, officials now have a presence on social media that's aiming at educating fans on calls and why they're made.
Yes, and I love it, Kevin. If you have these demos and talk about plays and games and situations that you're educating fans, it's just that fans look at it when these referees, who are human, miss calls, and then they want to re-show these plays that they missed. We still got to understand they're human and they're going to miss some calls.
Well said, Steve. Mitchell left side. 5 to shoot. For the three. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Adams has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Mitchell against Paul. Alinari trying to get open. And with that, the Utah lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Chris Paul. The Jazz shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. Mitchell outside. Shot from the top of the key, and that one drops. And the Jazz lead by 10.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Adams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Left side, Adams. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Adams. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. And that's now 9 points for Steven Adams. Mitchell right side. Passes it to Ingles. Pass to Gobert. 6 to shoot. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Thunder trailing by 8. And there's the pass to Dort. Here's Adams. And he drops it in from the low post. Adams has got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
Paul with the steal, and he commits the intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Noel's checked in for Steven Adams. And Utah also making a switch. O'Neal's checked in. Kicks it out to Paul. Oklahoma City moving it around. Now, here is O'Neal. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Here's O'Neal. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And the first one drops. O'Neal hits them both. And here now the Thunder, trailing here by 8. Over to the wing. Poked away, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. Paul kicks to Gallinari. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul for 3. Doesn't go that time. And Utah the other way now. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Here's Conley, and the layup falls. And the Jazz lead by 10.
Well, this is where Conley operates best naturally. In the paint, creating for others or himself.
There's Noel, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. And it's 6 points for Nerlens Noel. Conley, the pass to Ingles. Conley scanning the floor. Clarkson with the ball. Clock at 6. Outside Conley. And the shot goes in.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Utah.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Yeah, definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Rudy Gobert.
You know, he was flying around on both ends of the floor. Terrific energy and enthusiasm, and that rubbed off on his teammates. I thought he was a catalyst tonight.
Mitchell left side. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. The putback. The Thunder pull it in.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
They couldn't make enough plays when it mattered. Interesting game, though, in terms of some of the matchups.
Gallinari finds Paul. Stolen by Conley. And now here comes Conley leading the break. Count that one. And the Jazz lead by 10.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve.
hang time. Who been the plug in the power, ayy. Came with a charge in my alley, ooh. Charge it again like it's credit, your team crowd need to edit, yeah. I see face, look at it, hold up. Ooh, that's dead, need a minute, need a plan to revive, let's get a shot pressing. They say what I said, they got like 20 moves and like 100 problems. I'm James with a step back, throw that shot up, I don't miss often. No look, I had to boss up, get the post up when it's OT, when I'm home team.
We have the cameras on the Jazz team bus pulling. Well, you're right, D.A. A big lift for their offense. And he defends, too. We're going to break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at the Jazz. Advantage in one series. And checking out Minnesota. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And I think for Utah, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as this season winds down.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3. And for Minnesota, they've got Karl Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell out there with Malik Beasley. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the power forward.
Guys, when you think about the Jazz, you are talking about an elite defensive unit. Rudy Gobert in the middle, the defensive player of the year, and the guys around him are committed to the scheme and outstanding individual defenders.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
And what happens is the court just opens up. You like seeing him get into a rhythm from outside the arc. Love it.
That one goes in. And the Jazz very disciplined at the defensive end.
Now, Kevin, you have a veteran squad with the anchor Rudy Gobert, one of the elite shot blockers in the entire league. And this is a group that's so important here. They defend without fouling. How about the anticipation and the timing there? He is all over it.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
Well, Towns showing himself to be a willing facilitator. If you're open, he's going to find you.
Mitchell against Beasley, and it's good, 2 points. Mitchell's got 5 points so far. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Beasley, and that one is off. And it's Utah the other way, and that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. On defense, Utah. To the inside. And he makes good on the layup. Then Gomez has got his second basket.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Beasley against Mitchell. Conley with a wide open look. And the Jazz another 3.
Well, to me, it's critical that Mitchell continue to focus on hitting the guys who are open. We know he can score the ball.
Russell dishes to Towns. Back to Russell. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Let's now go to the 2K leaderboard to look at the teams that specialize in intimidation. Here are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Fifth, the Timberwolves.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Davis is checked in for Rudy Gobert. George Niang comes in for Joe Ingles. Clarkson, he's checked in for Mitchell. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. Davis on the follow.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Clarkson. The basket good off the assist from Mudiay.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
One of the most voracious rebounders per minute in the NBA. Ed Davis out of North Carolina. Terrific player.
Well, he is, Kevin. He put in a ton of time in the weight room. His Portland teammates actually used to tease him and call him shirt off Ed. He has bulked up and likes to throw his weight around inside now.
Here's Reed. Another miss by Minnesota.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass, takes the alley-oop pass, and dunks it down.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And Greg, you want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Pass to Culver to end the run. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Beasley.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
Here's Niang. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Moutier pass to Niang. 4 on the shot clock. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Johnson with the block. Noel defended by Moutier. It's good.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Well, I'll tell you, I love that he's not afraid to take on the size mismatch there, Greg. It doesn't matter. Just make shots.
Takes the 3. That shot off. And so it's Utah with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Rudy Gobert talks about his expectations for the team.
Every year I want to keep getting better. And
well, and as a competitor, this is what you should be thinking. And, Greg, you should be talking about winning a title.
For sure. I mean, it'll take a lot of work, but Gobert sounds like he's up for the challenge of proving the doubters wrong.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from what we've seen from the Jazz so far, what's your take?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs. And credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
We've got Culver. Layman is out there with Johnson. And it's Reed in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Noel. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Late in the season, Doris, and some teams now are not going to be in the postseason. They're out of the playoffs and are giving more time. You talked about this earlier, giving more time to their young players to develop.
Well, there is nothing more beneficial to a young player than real-time NBA experience. So when you're out of the playoffs, those young guys start to get more and more minutes. They'll give those young guys more and more responsibility on the offensive and defensive end. And there's no greater teacher than giving NBA reps to guys who you think can be a key part of your future.
Yeah, it's so fun for us as the fans and people that cover the league to get a glimpse of the future, what these teams want these individual players to be like. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. And he's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, "It's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling." And Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you. And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Absolute power from Rudy Gobert. Terrific, out-muscling the defense.
Juan Hernan-Gomez, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Then for the Jazz, Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Davis. Mitchell comes in for Clarkson. And it's Mike Conley in for Emmanuel Moutier.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
And Gobert kicks to Conley. Pass to Ingles. Back to Conley. The drive by Mitchell. From deep three-point range, he can't get it to go. So Minnesota will take it the other way. I'll be off to Oklahoma City for a meeting with the Thunder after this one. Hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
And Doris, last season, rookie Josh Okogie ended up contributing more than the franchise thought he would.
Yeah, he was terrific as a 3-and-D player for the Wolves. This guy could end up being the steal of the draft, sort of in that Robert Covington mold.
Mitchell's shot is good.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell in the mid-range, making great use of what the defense is giving him.
Here's Okogie. And the shot goes down. Okogie's got his second bucket of the night.
That's about reading the floor. Hits his man right where he wanted it.
2 minutes remaining. Mitchell against Beasley. And it's Mitchell missing.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
And with that shot, the Jazz lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Beasley.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Towns kicks to Culver. 1:25 left in the first half of basketball. Russell from long range hits the three-point bomb. Russell's got the game tied up here for Minnesota. Towns with the steal. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got 3 assists now in this one.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now, here's Mitchell. He's got 7. Offensive rebound. And there's Gobert putting it right back in.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And here are the Timberwolves. They're on a 16-6 run. The pass to Culver. He's looking for Russell and finds him. Pass to Reed. And he dunks it down.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
And it's Mitchell missing.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
Gobert, the pass to Niang. Conley kicks to Mitchell. Pulls up on the elbow. Buries the jump shot. Mitchell's got 9.
And he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
Tie game in Minnesota. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sport. For the Timberwolves, Kenny?
Well, they've been pounded. I mean...
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Donovan Mitchell really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. And it's O'Neal in at the small forward spot. Just 2 to shoot. Ingles, and he banks in the layup. And the Jazz lead by 2.
Well, this is the first full year now for Ryan Saunders. Let's remember he was hired by Minnesota full-time after an interim stint last season. And boy, did the players love playing for him.
Here's Mitchell. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles. 11 points for Donovan Mitchell.
I'm telling you this, if you leave one of Ingles' teammates open, Joe is going to find him.
Right side Towns for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. And as we know, Doris, Ryan Saunders, the son of the late, great Minnesota legend, Flip Saunders.
Well, certainly the family has history with the organization, but in no way did Ryan Saunders get the job due to name only. This guy proved he can get get wins from this Minnesota roster last year. For Saunders, he's known as a player development guy, and the ability to handle superstars is part and parcel to the job.
Clarkson, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. Here's Okogie. He's got 5. Beasley, the pass to Towns. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Rebound, Utah. They've led by as much as 10. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all 3 levels.
Occupying that instant offense role, Doris, Jordan Clarkson able to get his shot anytime.
No doubt, Kevin. He's a little bit of a streaky scorer. The challenge is on the defensive end. That's where he has to really improve if he's going to stay on the floor and impact winning. Boy, as slow a start as you could have, just 1 for 4 from the field, they're struggling.
At the elbow, it's Gobert. Moutier with the ball. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And taken away by Johnson. Here's Layman, guarded by O'Neal. Timberwolves passing it around. From deep. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. And that will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do on the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. Yep, it counts. O'Neal's got the lead up to 11 now for the Jazz.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them. Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot, but right now this guy is cooking.
Here's Gobert. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Moutier's got 3 assists tonight.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Towns, high post. Down low. Johnson dishes to Towns. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Towns has got 7 now in this quarter.
There's such confidence and belief and faith in his offensive arsenal that Karl Anthony Towns makes it look easy on that end.
Now here's Moutier. Inside. Gobert the pass to Davis. Over Johnson. Here's Gobert. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Gobert's got 8 points.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Towns. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Boy, when you think about the skill that Karl Anthony Towns has, and you realize he's just getting started in the league, his future is truly off the charts. By the midpoint of his career, we could be talking about him as one of the most skilled big men to ever play the game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Davis. Donovan Mitchell comes in for Royce O'Neal. And Mike Conley subbed in for Moutier. Here's Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
Well, this is problematic because Donovan Mitchell can hurt you any number of ways. Driving, spotting up, you name it, he's got it.
And so it's Utah looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. And we'll be right back after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, we've got Russell. He's out there with Culver, and it's Reed in its center. Here is Russell. Rudy Gobert picking up that last basket. That one, no good. Conley dishes to Ingles. And there's the feed to Gobert. Mitchell wide open. Cans it from downtown. And the Jazz lead by 16.
Well, the defense so concerned about the dribble drive ability of Donovan Mitchell, but boy, you better contest as well.
Here's Reed. Ingles covering. Reed the pass to Towns. And he makes that one. If you were coaching, Doris, and you could run your offense through any center in the game, and let's take guys that are playing right now because we can go back in history and the names are endless, but who would you run your offense through at that position?
Probably a guy that the casual NBA fan is not as knowledgeable about as they should be, Kevin, and that's Nikola Jokic. Now, this is a young, early 20-year-old who may be the best passer out of the post position that we've seen in a generation. Jokic is a guy who can handle the ball from three-point territory. He can take it off the window and initiate your offense. They run him like a point center, and it's appropriate because he's unselfish and gifted as a passer.
Gifted, great word to use, you're right. Ingles with the rebound.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And that one drops for him. Mitchell's got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And the Timberwolves call time here. Well, Doris, you look at Joe Ingles. He's quietly become one of the better small forwards in the NBA.
And he is the prototypical don't judge a book by its cover because they call him slow-mo Joe or average Joe. But dig a little bit deeper. This guy is a quality playmaker and a knockdown shooter.
And Utah making a change here. O'Neal's checked in. Johnson with the block. Pass to Layman. Kicks it to Russell. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Out to the right wing. Johnson outside. Over Ingles. And there's Johnson. That's good on the assist by Russell. Russell's got his 4th assist in this one. At the elbow, it's Gobert. On the wing, Mitchell. Passes to O'Neal. Back to Mitchell. Tries from 7. The shot is good off the backboard. Mitchell's got 20.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Russell, no good.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Mitchell against Evans. They get it back. Gobert. Here's O'Neal. Here's Gobert. Mitchell kicks to Conley. To the wing on the left. O'Neal passes to Conley. Now, here's Mitchell. He's guarded by Johnson. Tries yet again. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Jazz.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games. And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Rudy Gobert.
Boy, I think he made his presence felt in the paint more than anywhere else. This guy's rebounding numbers were outstanding. He controlled the glass.
Now, here's Ingles. After D'Angelo Russell's miss.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
Takes a three, sinks the three-pointer.
As important as spacing is in today's game, point guards must have the deep shot as part of their arsenal. D'Angelo Russell, nicely done.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win to come into an opponent's building and dominate the... All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA 2K20 to a close, we take a look back at our favorite moments on NBA 2K TV.
An air of confidence to the Suns as they arrived earlier today, playing in front of their home fans. Always, and
well, the one-and-done draft.
The G League continues to be a great asset for the NBA. Great stuff, David. Thank you. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Ayton.
And guys, I think he's starting to feel the wear and tear of the season a little bit. That comes across in his rebounding numbers. They've dropped off this month. He needs that second win, and no doubt he'll get it soon.
The starters for the Utah Jazz, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert, and it's O'Neal in at the 3 spot. And for Phoenix, Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Ayton, and it's Bridges in at the small 4.
Ayton's so big inside, he turns a miss into an opportunity.
And Gobert with the basket on the assist from Conley. Tonight, both these teams missing key players. Brent, if you're a backup, talk about the pressure of replacing an injured star. That's got to be different.
Well, Kevin, you see throughout the course of the season with how much NBA basketball you watch, how much a player's opportunity coming off the bench can be enhanced by what the role has been before coming into this game. Going from 0 minutes to playing 35 is tough. But if that player has found the rhythm at 12 and 15 minutes, you know, tonight he should be chomping at the bit. He's ready to go. He's been getting those incremental moments on the floor. Tonight's the time for him to step up a little.
Incredible opportunity.
Great chance.
Suns have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Bridges, no one around him. Another one falls for Phoenix.
That's a good find from Ayton, understanding the defensive scheme, and he just waited for his teammate to be open.
Booker against Mitchell. Pass to O'Neal. Now, here's Mitchell. Defense is right there. Johnson with the block. It's stolen by Gobert. Ingles kicks to Gobert. The Jazz working the ball around now. Here's Mitchell. Gobert. And there's Gobert putting it right back in. Gobert's got 6.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. And it's Ayton missing.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Here's Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
Man, he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
Here's Johnson. The offensive rebound.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Here's Mitchell. An easy 2 points on the layup. He's got 6.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage. And Devin Booker, where would the Suns' offense be without him?
Probably bottom of the league if no Devin Booker slides on that Suns jersey. One of the purest shooters in the league and one of the most phenomenal young scorers that's come along maybe since Kevin Durant.
Bridges for 3. Here's Ayton. Knocked away. Pass to Bridges. Goes up with it again. They shoot again. And Ayton with the layup.
He's a pretty high percentage shooter from there. Ayton's size and touch. It's a pretty tough combo to go against.
Mitchell passes to Ingles. And Phoenix pushing it up now from deep. Johnson. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Ingles. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Ayton against Gobert. Johnson dishes to Ayton. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And now a look at Rudy Gobert here. An amazing run for him the second half of the season. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 9 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And it says a lot that when we see numbers like this from him, we aren't even shocked. He's that good.
Yeah, we really have just grown to get used to his greatness, and that's the level for him that he's on right now.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. O'Neal inside, defended by Bridges. Shot, high post, and the jumper is on the mark. That's now 8 points for Donovan Mitchell.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And the shot goes in.
Not at all a bad passer for a center. Ayton with the feed.
And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That's his first foul. Here's Moutier. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Baines. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
Well, you love nailing the last second shot. Always a feel-good moment.
Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for Utah. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on it.
The ups and downs of injuries and early on in my career not being able to.
Great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. What do you guys think about the Jazz here in this one?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. Davis is out there with Gobert. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. Then there's Emmanuel Moutier. And it's Niang in at the small forward. The pass to Moutier. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
That's a great look inside for Moutier. Nice body control, and like to see him with those kind of looks.
Carter outside. Passes it to Saric. He feeds it to Kaminsky. Lays it up and banks it in.
And they know for next time, don't let him establish position down low.
Yeah, when he's this close to the basket, it's a wrap.
And it's Davis with the jam.
The go-go gadget arms of Davis allows him to dunk from anywhere within a few feet of the basket.
And with the summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well.
And there's the whistle, 3-second violation. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Jazz. It's a 5-point game. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Here's Niang, covered by Saric. Here's Clarkson. They grab their own miss. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And now on the 2K leaderboard, the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. These are the best free throw shooting teams in the league. The Suns #1.
You can't be careless when you play them. I mean, no wasted opportunities at the line. It's a team effort, and they're getting it done.
Brent, when it comes to moving around in tight quarters without a lot of space, who's the quickest player that you have seen in a half-court set this year?
Still remarkable to watch where it is that Kyrie Irving can get to on the floor in any sort of possession. It's like he could take, 50 dribbles in a phone booth and find a way out of it, spinning around and finding gaps within the defense. But it's not his handle with just the one hand, right, Kevin? It's that he has an idea of, after he does the moves around the traffic, when he gets into the basket, multiple ways of finishing, much like Rod Strickland, who was a tremendous finisher in his days years and years ago. Kyrie's got a lot of that in his game.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
No good that time. Some solid defense from Saric. And the basket by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got 4 this quarter. Jazz leading by 8. Aston Yang. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Davis. Baines with the block. Here's Jerome. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Clarkson finds Moutier. Here's Niang. We've got 1:13 left in the first half. Chalk up 2 there.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Here's Baines. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Baines has got his second basket of the night.
Does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
They get it again. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Jazz lead by 7.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Pass to Saric. And it's Kaminsky at the elbow. 30 seconds left here in the second. Scooped up. And another shot. Here's Gobert. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Saric.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And that one misses. And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Davis. Royce O'Neal comes in for George Niang. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Clarkson. And it's Mike Conley in for Moutier. Puts it up. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Jazz out in front. They're up by 7. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. The first quarter was all about Rudy Gobert. He had 10 points, 2 assists, and 2 steals. And Shaq, what did you think about what we saw from Utah?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Hart.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Rudy Gobert has been sensational.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
Yeah, guys like him love to stuff the stat sheet. He's doing it here.
Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Andre Ayton out there with Johnson. And it's Bridges in at the 3 slot. Who's out there for Phoenix.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Look at all the coaching changes that the Suns have had through the years, and some of these young players have heard a lot of voices. 7 in the last 8 years, and the team's performance has shown that kind of inconsistency with up and down seasons.
Johnson kicks to Rubio. A rebound by the Jazz. Gobert's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Mitchell outside. Outside Conley. There's the pass to O'Neal. Booker against Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Ingles. Passes it to Mitchell. Second chance shot. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And all the system changes have really affected the Suns scouting department.
Really difficult to fill out a roster when you've got coaching changes and philosophies that come about, and some guys simply just don't fit. So maybe they settle in here, find the right guys to do the right things, and get themselves back into the playoffs. The team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got 10 points.
That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
Booker against Conley. Pass to Johnson. Over Ingles. A shot by Johnson, no good. Utah leading by 7. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Booker looking around. The rebound by the Jazz. Gobert the pass to Mitchell. Feeds to Ingles. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's an 11-point Jazz lead.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And Booker kicks to Bridges. Pass to Rubio. Back to Bridges. There's the 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. For Utah, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Now, they call Rudy Gobert the Stifle Tower, probably the game's most dominant rim protector.
And in today's game, that's not enough. You also have to come out of the paint and defend smaller players in switches. He straddles those two needs better than anyone in the league.
Now, Booker is a special offensive player, can score, and starting to show his playmaking.
So for the Suns, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Ayton. Saric comes in for Bridges, and it's Carter in for Ricky Rubio. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Davis is checked in for Gobert. George Niang comes in for O'Neal. Clarkson, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. Carter against Moutier. No good on the triple. Suns trail by 10. Booker the pass to Johnson. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
So much talk about 48 minutes. The team with the lead letting its guard down now.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for the Suns. Both free throws good from Moutier. Phoenix has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Carter with it. Now defended by Moutier. Launches a 3. And it's Carter missing. Jazz leading by 10. Here's Ingles. Makes it off the glass. Ingles has got 4 points this quarter.
Precision pass from Moutier to get his teammate a good look there.
Carter against Moutier. Kaminsky the pass to Baines. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
Clarkson passes to Moutier. Unloads from 13. Again, the Jazz score.
They are just killing them on the interior.
12 seconds left to play in the third. Saric outside. The pass to Baines. Over Davis. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Yeah, it's almost like he's playing with a wristwatch there. He knew the time, he executed.
And so it's the Utah Jazz up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We'll return shortly. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Taking a look at the Jazz, they've got Davis, Boudier out there with Clarkson, and it's Joe Ingles, and it's Niang in at the four-man position.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
But they'll get another chance.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Boudier dishes to Ingles. From deep three-point range, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. I often hear about players talk about their favorite spot to fire from on the floor. How much of an effect does that really have, a favorite shooting spot?
Most of the time, Kevin, what you're talking about is star guys, because they're the ones who ultimately in any given possession the coach is trying to find that guy in that spot to do something. What happens throughout the course of a year is when that player has the ball there, everybody else knows what to do. Right. Like the player knows what he's going to do, right, Kevin? Because he's the star player. But everybody around gets comfortable with the options and where it is that he goes. If he goes right, if I slide right, I'm going to get the three. If he goes left, he's spinning back. I might move towards the top of the key. So the familiarity of not just the player, but the players around the player, that's where you can make it happen.
That's interesting. Here's Clarkson. They get the rebound.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Bridges misses. O'Neal against Rubio. Here's Ingles. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Here's Rubio. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, for all the talk about Rubio's passing, I think one thing that gets overlooked is his defense. Both his on the ball and defensive rebounding are very strong for the point guard position.
And the Suns making a change here. Ayton's checked in. And Utah with a change here too. Mitchell, he's checked in for Clarkson. Mitchell looking it over. Shoots over Rubio. Mitchell's shot is good. And the Jazz lead by 9.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And here's Booker from the arc. Phoenix no good that time either.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
And he gets it to go.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
Conley gets the bucket. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. O'Neal against Bridges. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And the Jazz with possession here. Passes it to Ingles. Jazz passing it around. Mitchell against Booker. Count that bucket. 16 points for Donovan Mitchell.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
I don't think he sees any kind of defense when he's at that range. It doesn't matter who's guarding him.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Johnson, he's checked in for Dario Saric. Johnson left side. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam. And that is the kind of big-time shot that can really deflate a crowd.
And did he ever do that? Sound level right now, 0 in this arena.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
O'Neal against Bridges. Here's Ayton, trying to get open as Johnson. And there's Ayton, and that's good on the assist by Rubio.
Where was the D on that one? Just too easy.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Utah.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And they've put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only 1 left to play.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Rudy Gobert.
Well, a consistent intensity is what he brought to the floor here. He hit the glass hard, and he came up with a ton of rebounds.
Maybe at this point, not much of a chance for a comeback.
Yeah, you got a better chance of walking through a lion's den with pork chop underwear on.
Booker doing a good job that time. Instead of looking for the shot, looking for a teammate.
Well, for the Jazz, they can just run out the clock. Here's Mitchell. From deep. Can't hit that one. So we see the Jazz get the win here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Mike. Congrats on the win.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for...
Welcome to this very special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number
200.
Here's Tatum. Salt Lake City, Utah. And before... Thanks, DA. Steve, tonight we have a great matchup at the center spot. Talk about how that position has evolved over the last couple of years.
I think because of the rules, Kevin, there's not a lot of space when guys are posting up because of the defensive rules right now. You can sit in a post guy's lap, especially if he's dominant. So I think guys, as a post player now, saying I got to go out to the three-point line, I got to go out to the free throw line to be able to have some spacing to make shots.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the three, the small forward. And for the Jazz, inside we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. And it's O'Neal in at the small forward. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander following the basket by Donovan Mitchell.
And for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, his size at the point guard spot is a huge bonus for him. Allows him to switch onto most other players on defense when dealing with picks.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And one of the reasons they targeted Gilgeous-Alexander was because of his size.
Big guards aren't easy to find, Kevin, and they help coaches' defensive scheme. Every team looks to get a switch into a bad defensive matchup. If your PG isn't an option, the offense has to work that much harder.
Adams outside. Paul looking around. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Out to Gallinari. Lots of room. Here's Adams. And it's sent back by O'Neal. Pass to Gobert. Nice ball movement by Utah. To the inside. Ingles laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
That time, a lot of young guys would have jacked up a shot. Patience. Man flashes open. Mitchell delivers the basketball on time. 3 straight misses to begin this contest and already starting to look frustrated.
Here's O'Neal. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Down low. And there's the pass to Gallinari. Here's Dort. Left side Adams. Just 5 on the clock. Over Gobert. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Once he gets the ball there, you expect him to capitalize. That was a missed opportunity.
Paul with the steal. Gallinari attacking. He feeds it to Adams. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
And the lid comes off the basket after 4 straight misses. They finally get one.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Rudy Gobert not content to just take the foul, used his size to follow through for the bucket.
George Niang, he's checked in for the Jazz. Clarkson comes in for Mitchell. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. 7-point differential. To the middle. Here's Clarkson. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And Noel throws it down hard.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
When Gordon Hayward left the Jazz 3 summers ago, some expected a rebuild. Instead, they hit gold with Donovan Mitchell and kept on trucking.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
The Thunder shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Davis comes in for O'Neal, and it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. Ferguson's checked in for Oklahoma City. Diallo comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Niang kicks to Moutier. We've got 1:28 left to play in the first. Outside for Davis. Clock at 4. Releases from 15.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Schroeder against Moutier. Noel passes to Ferguson. Diallo with it. Schroeder finds Diallo. Tries to save it. Here's Clarkson. The shot misses, and it's Oklahoma City the other way. Here's Schroeder. Here's Noel, and slam dunk by Noel.
More of a score-first point guard, but Schroeder doing a good job of finding the open man.
We've got 33 seconds left in the first. Moutier dishes to Davis. Three-pointer with the putback. And there's Gobert putting it right back in. Gobert's got 5.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Muscala. A second chance effort. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line. The Thunder shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. First one falls for. So both teams changing it up here. Both free throws good from Noel.
When your bigs can make free throws, it's a huge advantage. Love his approach to getting to the line.
To the paint, Davis. A shot's good on the assist by Ingles.
I like that play by Joe Ingles. Doesn't have anything he wants. Keeps the ball moving.
And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And so it's the Utah Jazz bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. There's a great friendship between Melo, LeBron, Dwayne Wade.
It's been a sort of long.
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GAs spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively. Also keeping them out of sync.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And so in the game for the Jazz, Emmanuel Moutier out there with Jordan Clarkson. And it's Joe Ingles. And there's Davis. And it's Niang in at the 4 spot. Here's Ferguson following the basket by Emmanuel Moutier. Ferguson, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Here's Ingles. Tries again. It's rebounded by Schroeder.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
On the wing, Ingles. He's covered by Muscala. 2 points. That one goes. Well, the spotlight usually is on the head coach. Smitty, what makes for a great assistant coach on the staff in your eyes?
Well, I think when he has a great relationship with the coaches and also he has a great relationship with the players. I also love the assistant coaches that are very detailed. And also some of those guys, they have great insight on what a coach can't see. It's still a team, and there's some great assistants out there.
And that one good from Clarkson.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Here's Moutier. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
A different look for Utah. Royce O'Neal comes in for George Niang. And Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Jordan Clarkson. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Alinari comes in for Mike Muscala. Gilgeous Alexander's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. And Chris Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. The drive by Mitchell. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
They need this. A nice shot by Gallinari.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
And Adams sends it back. Robertson kicks to Paul. Back to Robertson. And the layup's good off the glass.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Mitchell outside. Again, Mitchell missing. So the Thunder, their last game, a loss to the Jazz. Robertson finds Paul. Back to Robertson. The fader. Gallinari trying to get open. And with that, the Utah lead is cut down now to just 6 on the basket from Adams.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring. Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Gobert, he's checked in for Joe Ingles, and it's Conley in for Moutier.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
And the Thunder making a change here. Diallo's checked in. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
Was there any steal in the 2017 draft bigger than Donovan Mitchell? My goodness, guys, Utah looks like they found a franchise player with him.
I mean, to see a player his age come in and just be an elite scorer is impressive. Very explosive in transition, but also in the half court. Reminds you a bit of Westbrook or a young D-Wade with how he plays.
Now, here's Mitchell. Steven Adams unable to get his last shot to go.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And Gobert kicks to Davis. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there. The layup missed.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
Diallo, the pass to Gallinari. Trains it from 9 feet away. Gallinari's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's a beautiful play call. Gallinari's dangerous off the catch because it allows him to get his shot in rhythm.
Here's Mitchell. The shot comes out, so the Thunder will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Oklahoma City. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock.
Gallinari, very unselfish, draws a lot of defensive attention, which often leads to open teammates.
Mitchell looking it over. Releases. Off target from the wing.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
And so it's Utah bringing the... All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, right out of the gates, it was Utah setting the tone. Tenacious on both ends of the floor. Thanks for joining.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Rudy Gobert with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Why go away from something that's working? Force the defense to prove that they can stop it.
So for Oklahoma City right now, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Dort in at the 3 spot. And at 6'3", Donovan Mitchell able to play shooting guard or point guard. What do you think is his best position?
You know, Kevin, he will tell you he can do both. Versatile enough to play and defend multiple positions, but I like him at the 2 guard position.
Some terrific NBA players right now out of Michigan State. Smitty, we know that's your alma mater. Which of those guys do you enjoy watching the most?
Kevin, I really enjoy watching all of them because I've got a close relationship with all our Michigan State Spartans. Gary Harris, Draymond Green, Jaren Jackson Jr., Bryn Forbes, Denzel Valentine, and the list goes on. I love because I watch them and I know they're going to come out and play extremely hard because of Tom Izzo and the Michigan State brand of basketball.
Here's Gallinari. Rebound, Utah.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
He gets that one.
This is just reading the defense, finding the soft spot. Heady play by Gallinari.
Now, here's Mitchell. Gilgeous Alexander covering. Back to Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Jazz lead by 10.
For Gobert, when it comes to rebounding, it's not just the height and length. It's also the instincts.
Here's Mitchell, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
And the Jazz with some changes. George Niang, he's checked in for Joe Ingles, and it's Clarkson in for Royce O'Neal.
He was a part of that terrific draft class in 2017. Donovan Mitchell was somewhat unheralded, but may turn out to be the best of the bunch.
Now, here's Robertson. Offensive rebound. Noel. Gobert with the defensive effort.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game. It's amazing. All night, he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
Jazz leading by 13. To Conley from outside the arc. Good on the three-point shot. Conley's got 5.
And this is something Conley's worked on since entering the league, his ability to stretch the floor.
Robertson finds Noel, and that one's good. Schroeder.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
The drive by Mitchell. Pass to Conley. On the wing, Mitchell. Defended by Robertson. And there's another one for the Jazz.
This has been a tremendous quarter for him. Everything he puts up now looks like it's going in.
And the call will be against George Niang. That's his first foul. Moutier, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. Diallo, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. 1:52 left here in the third quarter. Schroeder kicks to Muscala. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
And likes the view from there. He's a strong mid-range shooter.
And with that height, he can get a clean look on any shot at any time.
And ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
You know, the coach has had something to say about that. No question, they've settled in and executed brilliantly.
Utah leading by 16. Here's Moutier. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Moutier's got his second basket of the night.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Here's Noel. Gobert pulls it in.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
Now here's Schroeder. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. There's the dish to Noel. And he uses the glass on the layup. Noel's got 8 points.
can't be that easy for him. Got to body him up down low.
And you have other methods as well. You could deny or you can just front the post.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Joe Ingles is checked in for Utah. Royce O'Neal comes in for Michael Conley. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Molinari comes in for Muscala. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. And Chris Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Mike Conley's checked in for the Jazz. Pass to Clarkson. Back to Conley. In the corner, O'Neal with it. Passes it to Clarkson. From deep three-point range.
Combining the length and the effort, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander making an impact at the defensive end.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Jazz lead by 18. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
At his position, traditionally, his job is to shoot the basketball. Give him credit for keeping his eyes up and just taking what the defense allows.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley out there with Clarkson. And it's O'Neal in at the three. That's the group right now for Utah. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, and that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Oklahoma City moving it around. Adams, the pass to Dort. And so Oklahoma City again turning it over. And a look now at the Thunder's upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then on Sunday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Utah. Donovan Mitchell. So it's the Jazz now. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. The high post shot, basket counts, and the Jazz lead by 20.
This is the consistency he was looking for in the first half. Just took him a while to heat up.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's guarded closely. Here's Gallinari, and Gallinari throws it down.
He's showing his all-around game. Gallinari doesn't get to the rim that much, but has the size to do damage once he's there.
Now, here's Mitchell. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Shot clock at 6. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Stand with it and Gobert with the high-flying tip dunk.
Gallinari passes to Dort. Out to Gallinari. Adams down low. Gobert on him. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Gallinari. Steve, Kobe Bryant said that growing up in Italy gave him a huge advantage learning the fundamentals and the tactics of the game. Do you think Europe's better at developing players than the United States?
No, I don't think they're better. I do think their system at times for certain players, they get into a system of working on their game. And I wouldn't just say fundamentals from an early age, and a lot of those guys are being able to practice with pros at an early age. I think it comes down to individuals, and also I think a lot of these parents and kids, you have to understand it starts off with making a layup versus making a three. So I don't think that Europe is doing it better. I just think a lot of times right now we're looking at some of those European players, and they're coming over ready to play from day one versus some other players.
Here's Noel, and slam dunk by Noel.
Unselfish play by Gallinari, a natural-born scorer, showing a willingness to facilitate.
Mitchell outside. We've got 1:48 left to play in the final quarter. From deep. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell. Thunder trailing by 18. And the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And here is Noel. It's stolen by Gobert.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Jazz.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Rudy Gobert.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
Count that one for Williams-Goss.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That is his first foul of the game. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City.
Steven Adams.
40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Aston Niang. Jazz passing it around. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Williams-Goss. He's guarded by Schroeder. Niang, no good. And the Thunder with the possession here. Diallo finds Adams. Here's Nader. Now here's Schroeder. The tray, no good. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that, thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony,
Where do I start? Where do I get my rhythm? Where do I get my groove?
I always start off with a bounce. You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, "It's Doris Burke from 2K." It wasn't Doris Burke, the announcer. It was Doris Burke from 2K.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparation. Well, terrific attitude. It makes him very tough to handle. David, thank you. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Beasley.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. They've got Carl Anthony Towns, Malik Beasley out there with D'Angelo Russell, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4. And for Utah, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert, and it's O'Neal in at the 3 spot.
And you think about the 2 best talents in Wolves history, KG, obviously, and probably Big Cat.
I would not disagree. I mean, KG is a Hall of Famer. The Cat, Carl Anthony Towns, has been terrific early in his career. The rebounding and scoring, the versatility at that size between those 2 guys, boy, it could have possibly been like the Admiral and Tim Duncan. Well, maybe not quite that good, but really good.
And the Jazz pushing it up now. And just about a minute into the first quarter. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Towns. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here's Mitchell. 11 points for him in that last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Shot clock at 5. Here's Gobert. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And they pick up 2. Towns has got 6.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
For Minnesota, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Akogi, the pass to Hernan Gomez. And it's Beasley in the corner. Feeds it to Towns. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out west. The season nearly complete. Take a look at the Jazz. Advantage in 1 series. And checking out Minnesota. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And I think for Minnesota, this has been a season I'm sure they'd like to forget. And luckily, they'll be able to do that soon enough.
You know, maybe they'd like to forget it, but there are lessons to take from it as well. I mean, the mistakes they've made this year can't be repeated if they want to get a taste of the postseason anytime soon.
And with the playoffs ahead, some have argued for a play-in tournament, Clark, to determine the 6 through 10 seeds. What do you think of that?
An interesting concept. In theory, it certainly might allow for more teams to be engaged down the stretch. You know, with Adam Silver, he's very much interested in seeing how to make the game better in every way. So there are no sacred cows. Just because it's been done one way before doesn't mean that he's not looking at ways to change it for improvement.
And keep that fan base really interested.
Yeah, that's a big part of what's made the league as successful as it has been worldwide.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Ed Davis is checked in for Gobert. George Niang comes in for Royce O'Neal. Clarkson, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. Ingles finds Clarkson. Ball's knocked loose. Now here's Culver, the fast break chance. Utah with the rebound.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Minnesota.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Now, here's Ingles. Following the miss by Emmanuel Mudiay. Yep, that one goes. Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Lehman gets the bucket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Passes to Ingles from downtown. Reed with the rebound.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
There's the call on James Johnson. That's his first foul. Mudiay finds Davis. Now Clarkson. Back to Davis.
Thus far, they haven't gotten the ball inside at all.
Yep, I've got to give the defense credit here. Cutting off driving lanes and really making them a jump shooting team.
Jazz trail by 13. Niang passes to Mudiay. The layup off target.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
And it's Davis at the elbow. Here's Niang. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. It's been all about Carl. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry.
I want to be the best player who ever played. And
on his coaches, Greg, and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Timberwolves to be in. What do you think, guys?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Johnson is out there with Lehman. Then it's Culver, and it's Reed in at the 5. Home in the paint. Clarkson dishes to Ingles. That one good for 2. Ingles has got his second bucket tonight.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Here's Lehman. 9 points last game out. Culver passes to Johnson, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Now that we have the chance to show you the teams in the top of the NBA in steals this year. In the third spot, the Timberwolves.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Gobert, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. And the Jazz with some changes. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Davis. Donovan Mitchell comes in for Clarkson. And it's Mike Conley in for Emmanuel Mudiay. The Jazz with another miss.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Beasley finds Russell. Gobert with the block. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. And Towns gets it to go.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Mitchell looking it over. And he gets it to go from the high post.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And the dunk by Towns.
Hey, I tell you what, I've got a 39-inch shirt sleeve. Karl Anthony Towns has to be north of 40, and with that reach, you can see why he snatches up those rebounds.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Russell kicks to Towns. No good with the triple.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
And it's Mitchell missing. Timberwolves leading by 11.
Well, you've got to give a lot of credit to Josh Okogie. I mean, he was the 20th pick in the 2018 draft and really well ahead of the curve as a rookie, and even saw starter minutes later on in the season. That's a great get for them. He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contributions.
Russell kicks to Towns. The pass to Hernan Gomez. On its way from Beasley for two. Off the left rim and out. And meteoric rises not uncommon for Okogie.
Yeah, and Okogie's done a really nice job kind of turning the impression of him around because he wasn't highly touted in college. But I tell you what, he's proven to be an impact player because of how he can defend and shoot.
Here's Niang. Back to Gobert. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Yeah, he recognized the overcommitment by the defense there and then made a smart pass to get that ball back outside.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Russell's got the lead up to 14 now for the Timberwolves. Mitchell outside. And he banks in the layup. Mitchell's got his second basket of the game.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot. You know, the Timberwolves made Karl Anthony Towns their franchise cornerstone going forward. Cat signed a 5-year deal worth $190 million, and really it's not even a question. He's the present and future of this team.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Davis is checked in for George Niang. Joe Ingles comes in for Royce O'Neal. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Mitchell. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Ingles dishes to Moutier. Pass to Davis. And Utah turns it over again. 29 seconds left in the second quarter. Johnson at the elbow. Trying to find Towns. Gets it to him. And there's Johnson. That's good on the assist by Towns.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Clarkson finds Davis. Back to Clarkson. Pass to Ingles. Now here's Moutier. There's the triple. The shot, no good. And so it's Minnesota with an 18-point lead as the quarter. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. The first half was all about Karl Anthony Towns. He ended up with 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist. He's clearly shaken off his... And that'll do it.
Can't wait for a minute and patient go get it. I needed my position. Vacation I'm living, got so many Benjamins, they think I'm getting it pretty.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And what can you say? Towns, an impressive effort here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the small forward position. That's the group right now for Utah. Mitchell's shot is good. Clark, we're seeing a lot of shooters drawing contact. They have that art form down. They know exactly what to do and how to position their bodies, don't they?
Yeah, they really do, Kevin. And I don't know if anybody's any better than James Harden, in part because he's so skilled with the ball, but he's a really thick, strong, agile guard, which makes him hard to defend without fouling him. And he's really developed that ability to seek contact in a legal manner. And I don't think anybody does it any better than him.
Towns. He had stolen by Ingles. Now here's Conley. Guarded closely. They get it back. The shot's good. And it's 6 points for Rudy Gobert.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggression.
On the wing, Mitchell. Puts it up from 12, and he hits the jumper for 2. Mitchell's got 8 points.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Beasley against Ingles. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Here's what the Minnesota Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Friday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs.
And that game against the Suns, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best. And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
You know, early in his career, there were questions surrounding D'Angelo Russell's maturity, and understandably so. That's the case with most young players. But of late, in his case, his improvement as a player and his growth as a person is impressive.
And Utah making a change here. Niang's checked in.
Let's see the stat sheet here on Mike Conley. This past month, he's really set himself apart, averaging 15 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
Ed Davis is checked in for Utah. And beginning his career with the Lakers, coaches wanted Russell to take a more serious approach.
Yeah, you know what? I think his last year there, losing the trust of his teammates, probably woke him up a bit. Sometimes you got to go through the adversity to recognize what you need to change. It's not enough to just put up numbers. You got to be a professional in how you go about your business, and plenty to like about where D'Angelo Russell is and where he's headed.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Clarkson comes in for Mitchell, and it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. Moutier, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Gobert with the block. Now, here is O'Neal. Defense right on him. Got a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Moutier passes to Clarkson.
2 minutes.
Clock at 6. Down low. It's stolen by Johnson. And here's the break. Stolen by Clarkson. 4-on-1, and they're running. And it's Davis with the jam.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
From deep, Evans. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Jazz trail by 12. Here's Clarkson. That shot missing. Evans with some nice D. Here's Johnson. Davis with some nice D. Jazz have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. That's good from Moutier on the assist by Gobert. Moutier's got his first basket of the night.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Layman gets the bucket. For Utah, they've gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. O'Neal kicks to Moutier. Passes it to Clarkson. Nice ball movement by Utah. 4 on the clock. Gobert with the pass to O'Neal. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Timberwolves leading by 12. Johnson, that's for 2. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. And it's Moutier with the ball. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Now Culver. Now the pass to Layman. Here's Johnson, and that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Timberwolves lead by 11. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. Russell is out there with Malik Beasley. Then there's Towns, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the power forward. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. It's going to be Towns shooting. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've consistently drilled the mid-range jumper tonight as well, which has forced the D to come out on them.
That one drops for him.
Yeah, you know, we've seen a much different version of him in this half, guys. He's been sharper, more focused, and more assertive.
Beasley finds Towns. Outside Russell, over Conley. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And Utah the other way now. Here's Mitchell. That's in there. Conley with the assist. And that's 12 points for Donovan Mitchell.
You know, this has been a totally different half for him. He definitely looks more comfortable now, guys.
Left side, Towns. Back to Beasley. Outside Russell. Over Conley. Misses off the right iron.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
The feed to Gobert. 2 free throws coming, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Layman, he's checked in for Okogie, and it's Evans in for Beasley. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. High post try, and it's off the back rim, no good.
Look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
Here's Mitchell, and the lead is down inside single digits. Mitchell's got 6 points in the quarter.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Pass to Towns. Add another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
You know, for a guy with Towns' size, I mean, to have this level of body control, it's no wonder the contact didn't bother the shot.
Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. Royce O'Neal's checked in for the Jazz. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Russell passes to Layman. Back to Russell. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket. And Clark, when you think back to your playing days in high school, what memories come to mind?
Well, just the fun of being able to have success all 4 years I was at St. Joseph High School in Cleveland, the way the city rallied around us my senior year when we had a chance to play for a state championship. Unfortunately, came up short. The teammates, the coaches, and teachers that I had a chance to enjoy those 4 years with, all really fond, special memories for me.
He throw good, Russell.
You know, D'Angelo Russell, to his credit, made the most of the move to Brooklyn. You know, he was dumped by the Lakers in 2017 in a trade to create cap space and ended up being selected to his first All-Star game in 19.
Timberwolves leading by 15. To the middle. Layman gets the bucket.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
And Gobert gets to Conley. Stolen by Evans.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Timberwolves.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Karl Anthony Towns.
And, you know, there was no stopping him tonight. Whenever he got the ball, he was looking to score, and rightly so.
Just 4 to shoot. To halt the run. Rebound, Minnesota.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Jazz have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Towns with the steal. Pass to Layman. And here's Evans from deep three-point range, and Davis pulls it down.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. It's tipped. Here's Spellman. The dish to Towns. Over Bradley. Off target. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it.
Welcome back to 2K TV. Bill
Yeah.
Simmons, the sports guy. Now, the sports guy is your nickname, but if you were a player, what would you have as your nickname?
Washed up.
Washed up,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah. I quit pickup like 5 years ago.
I'm gonna end it right.
He's going to end it.
I'm going to end
I feel it. I feel it.
Only moments away from Vivint's one. It's Friday night and live on DA.
Well, guys,
doing it all, DA. Thanks. And here's a look at some numbers for Sharich.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Bridges out there with Johnson. And it's Ayton in at center. And for the Jazz, inside we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 spot. Bridges with the steal. And the basket by Rubio.
I tell you, unwilling to settle for something on the perimeter. Rubio sticks his nose inside.
And not a season, Doris, that pops off the stat sheet, but a strong rookie campaign for Mikal Bridges.
You simply can't ignore the defense he brings for this team. Very refined for his experience level. Teams would love to see him grow into a third option on the offensive end with this roster. Let's see if that happens.
And you ask around, his coaches and teammates love Donovan Mitchell. The way he carries himself, really infectious, upbeat, but also a born competitor.
And going into the 2017 draft, Mitchell was a sleeper. Maybe even Greg to himself, he wasn't sure he was ready to make that leap.
And you know, Kevin, it was the NBA players he was working out with in the summertime who told him, man, you're ready right now. And a season that saw him second in Rookie of the Year votes validated that and built his confidence.
Now Conley, after Devin Booker missing on that last three-pointer. Here's Johnson. Gobert with the block. The drive by Mitchell. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles. 6 points for Donovan Mitchell.
You have to prevent Mitchell from driving. This guy too quick and too crafty once he gets into the lane.
Johnson kicks to Booker. Back to Johnson. Over Ingles. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, you look at the Suns going forward. They have got to believe a big part of the puzzle is DeAndre Ayton. This guy was the #1 overall pick in last year's draft.
Doris Ayton, a terrific rebounder. He can score in the paint, and of course, he is still improving.
Yeah, what you like about DeAndre Ayton, Kev, is he doesn't just rely on his God-given talent. This guy knows he needs to be more consistent with the jumper, improve his overall defensive awareness, but this guy is willing to put in the work to become a complete and great NBA player.
Utah with the ball. Dishes to Mitchell. Four on the shot clock. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Rubio against Conley. Ayton inside. He's been a go-to guy for them when they've needed offense. He's averaging 19 points a game. And Gobert gets to Conley. Mitchell against Booker. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got 8.
There's a measure of composure with Donovan Mitchell, just so calm and focused, understanding how to manipulate the pick and roll.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
For Phoenix, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Sharich checked in for Johnson. And the upside for Ayton was always present. But Doris, were you surprised at how polished he was as a rookie?
Not at all, because DeAndre Ayton has got a big-time offensive game. This guy can finish with the best in the league right at the cup. You know he's dynamic on the offensive end, and this guy's only going to add strength and get better on the defensive end.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Mitchell's shot is good.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Booker with no one around. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
You have to be able to think quickly and make great decisions. And in the catch and shoot, Devin Booker doing work.
Mitchell against Booker. And it's blocked, but they recover it to the left wing. Now, here is O'Neal, defended by Bridges, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. These players have excelled at setting up their teammates this month. The 2K leaderboard shows us the recent assist leaders. Number 1, Ricky Rubio.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal.
O'Neal against Bridges. Jacks up a 3, and Rubio gets it to go on the assist from Bridges. Rubio's got his second bucket of the night. Mitchell looking it over. Goes up to the stripe. Gobert, and there's Gobert, putting it right back in.
Well, there's a certain amount of awareness that you're responsible for having when you're Rudy Gobert, and he makes excellent use of his size right there.
Now, here's Rubio. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Portland. Mitchell passes to Gobert, and it's blocked.
Outstanding shot blocker. DeAndre Ayton off his feet in a hurry to send it back.
Bridges dishes to Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
And I think they count on him for that, Greg. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
Now, here's Mitchell. 11 points for him in that last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And it wasn't only his scoring. The intensity on defense. He nabbed 3 steals that night. Well, not sure who was responsible for the block out, but this guy got in there and dug out his points.
And slam dunk by Saric.
Wow, able to survey over the top of defenses as well as squeeze into tight quarters. Rubio is the consummate playmaker.
Pass to Gobert. Mitchell outside. Shoots from the elbow. Second shot opportunity. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. The Suns on top, leading by just 1. And the second quarter will be... And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
They've got Clarkson. Davis is out there with Rudy Gobert. Then it's Moutier, and it's Niang in at the small forward position. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Frank Kaminsky picks one up.
How about the athleticism of Emmanuel Moutier, understanding how to pick up contact and still go.
Utah shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
And although the team didn't have much success last year, Emmanuel Moutier certainly got his career back, I thought, Doris, in the right direction.
Well, I think for Emmanuel, he had an opportunity for minutes, and he played as he needed to in order to show that he is a capable player going forward. The tools, I think, have always been there for the former number 7 pick. It's about starting to put it together consistently.
Shoots from the high post, and Baines pulls it down.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
So for the Jazz, their last game, a loss to the Thunder. It's stolen by Kaminsky. And now the Suns, a fast break. The shot by Carter, nobody around. No good on the three. It's Gobert with the ball for the Jazz. It's a three-point game. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them. Here's Clarkson. Trying to get open as Davis. Second chance shot. Aston Niang. 5 to shoot. Here's Clarkson. The Jazz again can't hit it. Phoenix leading by 3. Here's Carter. It's good.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Here's Niang. 8 points his last outing. Shoots it. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. Johnson attacking. Count it. Good. Johnson's got the lead up to 7 now for Phoenix.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Moutier with the ball. And it's Carter picking him up. Johnson inside. Lays it up off the glass. Johnson's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
They need this. Up again, and there's Gobert putting it right back in. Gobert's got 6.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Jerome, no good.
Going for that shot in that situation is something that isn't going to help the offense.
And in a way, by taking that one, he's bailing out the defense. It's just too easy to stop.
And there's a minute 45 left now here in the second. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Boris, if I were to ask you right now in the league, who has the most unstoppable shot, who would you tell me?
You know what's interesting, Kevin, is I wonder if in the long view of history, James Harden's step-back three will become sort of an identifiable shot with him, the way the sky hook was with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, yes,
right?
yes.
Like, you wonder, does that become a signature play for James? It certainly is something that's darn near impossible to stop right now.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Joe Ingles is checked in for Gobert. Royce O'Neal comes in for George Niang. Mitchell, he's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And Mike Conley subbed in for Moutier. And one of those blue guys, Joe Ingles. Doris, talk about what he's brought to the table.
Oh, he brings so much to the table. Joe is an excellent shooter and passer. Mentally, he's got a great IQ. He's a leader, a communicator. And I'll say this to you, on the defensive end, they typically give him a very tough guard.
Ayton, he's checked in for the Suns.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Lets it go from 14. And Booker able to finish. Booker's got his second basket of the night.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Here's Mitchell. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Well, this is problematic because Donovan Mitchell can hurt you any number of ways. Driving, spotting up, you name it, he's got it.
Rubio, the pass to Ayton. Over Davis. And Davis pulls it down.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
This is his first free throw of the game. That free throw, no good.
And the Utah fans known league-wide for their passion.
This is a very tough place to get a win on the road, Greg. You know that as well as anyone. You've got the elevation, second highest in the league, and as you mentioned, those fans are loud, proud, and passionate.
Here's Saric, banked in off the glass.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a team-first guy, and boy, does he set up the open man.
The 17-footer. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got 4 points this quarter.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called. time and time again.
Booker trying to free himself up. Count the basket. 4 points. 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 4 And it's 7 points for Ricky Rubio.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Mitchell against Booker. It's a hand on it. Suns leading by 6. Sharge finds 8. Kicks it out to Booker. Now Bridges. The pass to Sharge. Lets it go, and the Suns tack on 2 more.
This guy is an efficient scorer. Dario Saric knows his strengths on the offensive end and can capitalize.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've set the... Thanks for the great interview, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. Thanks for joining us.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Suns, Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Andre Ayton out there with Johnson. And it's Bridges in at the 3. The Suns shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. The first one falls.
Well, there are very few scorers in the NBA who are as explosive as Devin Booker. Boy, when this guy finds his rhythm, he can take over a game from just about any part of the floor, and there's nothing the defense can do about it.
Doris, I still think back to that game where Booker put up 70 points. I mean, wow, unbelievable.
Yeah, when Devin Booker starts to cook, he can get as hot as any player in the league. The one thing you want from Devin is consistency on both ends of the floor from game to game. That's how you go from good to great.
And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
In the corner, O'Neal with it. Mitchell against Booker. They get it again.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds, given what the scoreboard says.
Inside, Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
Well, that's the court awareness of Mr. Devin Booker. This guy increasingly becoming such a good passer.
Ingles can't get it to go.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
It's good. That's now 8 points for Devin Booker.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing. Not how they hoped to start this half. 1 for 5, brick after brick. Let's start building the building.
Gobert with the block.
An intimidating force who continues to wipe away shots with ease. Go to work, Rudy Gobert.
Johnson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert. Doris, you played, you've coached, you've broadcast, you've done it all in this business. How did you like to be coached when you were a player at the very top of your game?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things were coaches who challenged me, those who would not allow me to accept the level I was currently at, those who wanted to push me and extend and expand my game. Listen, every player wants to be respected. Every player wants to feel valued. But the great ones to me, the LeBron James, the Kevin Durant's, they want to be coached hard. They want you to push them to the greatest possible level they're capable of.
That's great insight. That drive by Carter, and it goes down 2 points. And the Suns lead by 18.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Ingles against Johnson to stop the run. Good on the shot.
Well, this is one of the strong points of Joe Ingles' very well-rounded game. The mid-range on point.
Passes it to Kaminsky. He feeds it to Johnson. Lays it up and banks it in. Johnson's got 12.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Moutier looking around. Charity stripe shot. Basket good.
Well, really good job taking the initiative in the pick and roll. Moutier playing smart right now.
Jerome passes to Kaminsky. Over Gobert. Gobert with the block. And they'll keep possession. Kaminsky kicks to Johnson. Back to Kaminsky. It's stolen by Gobert. It's 2-on-1. The wide open look here for Ingles. Niang, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, hard blue-collar work ethic on display. This guy just beating everyone to the ball.
Pass to Baines. Johnson for three. Not going to go that time. And Utah the other way now. High post, Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Listen, Rudy Gobert, despite the 7-foot frame, is mobile and agile, and in the open floor makes it look easy.
To the inside. Pass to Jerome. Back to Baines. It's stolen by Ingles. And here they come. Here's Clarkson. Drops in the layup for two. Clarkson's got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. That cuts the lead to single digits. 7 points for Emmanuel Moutier.
Well, this to me is the critical aspect that Emmanuel Moutier must develop. Can he knock down three-point shots? He does so there.
And it's Baines missing. And it's the Jazz's ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. There's the pass to Niang. And Gobert hits to Moutier. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Here's Baines. Makes it off the glass.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
And so it's Phoenix. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Davis is out there with O'Neal. And it's Gobert in at the 5. That's the group right now for Utah. From 15 feet away, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. 10 points for DeAndre Ayton. Mitchell with it. Fires from the wing. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Ayton's got his 6th rebound on the night. Bridges passes to Booker. Knocked loose. Pass to O'Neal. Mitchell outside. From the line. And the shot is long. Suns leading by 11. And Šarić kicks to Booker. Pass to Bridges. Davis against Šarić. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And the playmaking of Joe Ingles, such a valuable asset for the Jazz.
Well, Greg, they've needed more shot creation, and his growth in that regard, especially operating in the pick and roll, such a big lift to their offense. You know, I think the versatility Saric provides is big in today's NBA. This guy can play the 3 and the 4. He can shoot from anywhere. He can also hit the glass. Very good passer. There's a lot to his game.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Tipped away. Here's Mitchell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Devin Booker.
Let's remember that Donovan Mitchell's first love was baseball. His father played in the minors, coached in the majors. Donovan himself was a star player in high school. It wasn't until he broke his wrist that he decided to dedicate himself to the game of basketball.
There's the feed to Ayton.
I'll tell you, this guy can be an overwhelming force. DeAndre Ayton, terrific, using his size to get the defender to commit.
George Niang, he's checked in for Utah. He doesn't get the second one. Jazz trail by 9. The drive by Mitchell. Rejected by Booker. And that'll be Utah as it goes out of bounds. Jazz retain possession. Ed Davis is checked in for Bradley. Here's O'Neal. Conley kicks to Mitchell. Free throw line jump shot. The Jazz again can't hit it. And Doris, you mentioned baseball where he played pitcher and shortstop. But Mitchell doing just fine, I think, in basketball.
No doubt, Kevin. He's come a long way since high school because back then he was a power dunker and defender. But his transformation into an elite offensive player in the NBA, this is just a credit to this young man's work ethic.
Conley's shot is off. And here's Saric. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. Booker with it. Now defended by Mitchell. Pass to Bridges. Looking for Ayton. He gets it in there. Rubio right side. It's stolen by Davis. And now Utah. Fast break. Mitchell against Booker. Beyond the arc. And it's Mitchell missing.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Ayton, the pass to Rubio. Goes up the baseline. Ingles with the rebound. Ingles has got 4 rebounds in this game. Mitchell outside. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. Davis on the follow.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Rubio, the pass to Bridges. Phoenix, no good that time either. Jazz trail by 9. Here's Mitchell. Again, Mitchell missing.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Quick shot there, and it's off target.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Here's Saric. And again, it's the Suns missing. There's 49 seconds left in the game. Looking to end his cold spell. And Mitchell with a nice bucket inside.
Well, the balance, the ability to take contact, absorb it, and still finish. That is beautifully done by Donovan Mitchell.
And that one's good, Ayton. And the Suns lead by 9.
You can see why they go to this guy so often. More often than not, he's going to be very efficient like he is right here.
Mitchell passes to Ingles. Mitchell against Booker. They get it back, and the basket by Ingles.
See, I think you want more of this from Joe Ingles. He has the size and length to keep plays alive.
Now Ayton shoots a 3. No good on that one. Mitchell against Booker. Conley kicks to Mitchell. Lets the 3 fly. Nails the tray.
He might be young, but Mitchell is clutch. That's beautifully done.
So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean,